All right, here's 5 tips to help you sit down and start your novel or screenplay and follow through with it. So I'm going to read these because I did not memorize anything. So, number 1, mindset. This is where you have that mirror conversation with yourself. You look yourself in the mirror and you say, self, what are you prepared to do to make this happen? If you want to build a career as a writer, novels, screenplays, what have you, you've got to have an honest conversation with yourself about what it is you're willing to do, what time you're willing to commit, what money you're willing to commit, and what efforts you're willing to put forth. Just have that conversation, settle those issues with yourself. Alongside that, perseverance. You're going to run into an avalanche of obstacles along the way, whether it's rejections, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, you name it, you're going to run into it. Push through, because those feelings, those situations are temporary. The only people who succeed in this business, whether it's the novel world, the prose world, or the screenwriting world, are those who persevere. Keep going. If you get knocked down, get up. Lick your wounds and get up. Have the mindset of a pro. This means taking on, let's say you get an assignment and it's not really your thing. But you want to have that reputation of being the go-to person. You want to have that reputation of that you can get the job done. So you're going to find a way to become passionate about whatever project it is you have been assigned, or whatever gig you got. Let's say your thing is horror, but you happen a great opportunity to do a fantasy or a romance. If you want to take it on, be a pro and take it on, you'll find a way to find that whatever's in that story to make it yours and put your stamp on it. Number 2, a realistic schedule. This means, a lot of writers, they say, you must write X number of words or X number of pages per day, every day, sitting at the computer every day doing it. And that's great. If you can do that, all more power to you. But life is life. And I always tell people, give yourself grace. If you are going through something, or work is a lot, or family commitments, and you have to miss a week or a couple days, don't beat yourself up. Give yourself the grace to be realistic. That's why I say realistic schedule. But on the same token, if you are able to, and you've got, let's say, a deadline coming up, find a way to clear that calendar, clear the schedule to free you up to just write like a maniac. I find marathons can sometimes work magic. Number 3, research. Do your proper research. Do the research you need to do for the project, especially if it's nonfiction. You're going to do a lot more research probably. If it's fiction, you're going to do the right amount of research. But my warning along with research is don't do too much, because if you over-research, you will find yourself in analysis paralysis and you'll never stop to start your work, start the writing. So it's important to research thoroughly, get the information you need, but then know when to cut it off and plant the flag in the ground, draw the line in the sand, and start typing. You'll figure it out. You'll know. Your gut will tell you. Number 4, and this is probably going to be some controversy, outline. Outline. I know there's a lot of pantsers out there, and more power to you. That's awesome that you can do that. But I will bet you, by and large, if you were to poll every single professional writer out there who does it for a living, I would say virtually all of them outline their work. It just keeps you on track, and keeps you going, keeps you motivated when you get stuck. It lets you know where you're going. It's the path in the darkness. Now, of course, by outline, I also mean being a flexible outline. In other words, if the characters decide to do something that you didn't outline, give yourself the option to go with it and see where it goes. But at least the outline is there as a framework. Number 5, but plus chair equals book or script. At the time, when you're ready, at the end of the day, when you've done your research, you've done all the other things you need to do, put your butt in that chair and start typing. And circling back to the scheduling thing, even if you find yourself lacking motivation for a day, Maybe you can type out a paragraph. Maybe you can type out a sentence. If you're able to, type. Where's that saying? The only way out is through. So with your schedule and your grace for giving yourself a break if you don't write, always circle back and make time to write. Get in there and write. The only way you're going to get it done is to write it out. Now, if this is a first draft, which I'm assuming we're talking about first drafts here, do not stop to edit. Go all the way through. Start all the way through till you type the end or fade out. Go all the way through. Do not stop to edit. You'll end up, again, with analysis paralysis, and you'll end up just editing hell. You'll never get through it. Go all the way through. It's called the vomit draft for a reason. It's just from your brain to the page, just regurgitating all of it out there. You'll fix it later. You'll fix it in the edit process. It'll be beautiful then. Right now, you're just pumping out garbage, and that's okay. Now, as a bonus, follow your gut. Follow your gut. Your instincts will often tell you when something is right and when something is wrong. Go with it. If you are feeling like something's not right in a project or something you're writing, don't hesitate to scrap it and start over or make changes, or take a step back, analyze it, and change it again. This is your process. This is your magic that you're making happen. One final note with the writing process: deadlines can be your friend. I find, for me at least, I tend to thrive under a deadline. If I have some pressure coming up, a little bit of pressure, I will somehow find it in me digging deep, and I'll just sort of kick ass and get it done. Some people don't work well under deadlines, and so for them I recommend giving yourself a wide deadline so you have the time to write at your pace, so you're not feeling that pressure. But if you like the pressure, give yourself a tight deadline, but not ridiculously. Anyway, I hope these tips are helpful. I'm going to have more for you, and have a great day.